We have Rishi Bansal who's called in from Navi Mumbai. Rishi, what's your question?
Yeah, hi. I'm actually looking to invest in Mumbai,
Okay.
where I'm looking in the regions at Juhu, Santacruz West, or Bandra West, where I'm looking for an under construction project with a delivery probably in 1.5 to 2 years' time.
Okay.
And the budget would be somewhere around between 3.5 crores.
3 to 3.5 crores.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And you're willing to wait up to 1.5 to 2 years for possession is what you say, right, Rishi?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Amit, what would you recommend? What should he look at in Juhu, Santacruz West or Bandra West? First of all, which will really come within his budget of 3 to 3.5 crore? Any particular configuration you want, Rishi? Anything
I'm
in
just
mind?
open for everything.
Okay.
Sure. I think first of all, Santacruz West, I think would be a great option. There have been a number of developments which have come up recently and are being under development, including the one by Radius developers. Of course, that's more high end, but within that same belt of SV Road of Santacruz West, I think that's really where the community is a higher mid income. Connectivity is great both to the east and the west side from Santacruz West. So you're not getting stuck with the traffic of Bandra West or Juhu West, which is far more difficult than accessing Santacruz West. And clearly, I think the confluence of newer properties as well as movement towards or newer settlements is actually happening rapidly in Santacruz West. So first, I would choose that. Between the Santacruz East and Santacruz West subway, there are a number of newer developments, Rishi, that you can actually survey. Most of them are ready. A couple of them are actually, so there's one, for example, by Dhiraj, which got ready a couple of years ago. And there's another one which is next to it, which is actually under development and will be ready in a very short period of time. So I like that micro market of SV Road on Santacruz West, which is providing extraordinary amount of developments and very, very modern developments, and will be a better priced because the loading factor in Santacruz is actually lower than the loading factor in Bandra and Juhu. Traditionally, loading in Bandra and Juhu has been at least 20 to 30% higher than that in Juhu, Ville Parle, etc.
Okay, instead of telling us 20 to 30% higher, Amit, what is the loading in Bandra, in Juhu?
So typically, on a carpet basis, you would buy at least 60 to 65% higher in Santacruz West, whereas it could be 80 to 100% in Bandra and Juhu. Simply because land has traditionally been traded at a very high value in both these two micro markets. And so that's really the difference between 60%.
In fact, this is, and for all the viewers who are tuning in, loading in essentially means the ratio of the carpet area that you actually get, that is the area that you can use within the house, to the built-up area which you are paying for, which the developer is typically showing you in when he's selling it to you. Of course, it is mandatory now for the developer to sell you as per carpet area. Go on, Amit.
Absolutely. So I think typically the prices also in Santacruz West would be closer to about 35 to 40,000 rupees on carpet, whereas in Bandra and Juhu one would expect it to be much higher, especially Bandra West and Juhu West. So given these two factors, I would tend to choose Santacruz West over these two micro markets for sure.
Right. Rishi, hope you got all your info down over there. Amit, before we move on, it was very interesting the way you brought in loading into the conversation, because typically when people look to invest, they're looking at other factors. They're looking at factors like, what are the economic drivers? And these are the things that we generally talk about, and whether it is within a budget, etc., and the kind of growth that you can expect. How important is it to look at something like loading?
I think about the parameters of buying, I think the first 2 or 3 fundamental parameters have to first include the approval status and the title of the land before anything else, because that is the primary and most important factor which will decide whether you will get clear ownership with an occupation certificate or not. The next then depends on what are you actually buying. So invariably one has to compare carpet to carpet and not usable carpet again, municipal carpet. So usable carpet, so anybody who's developed under the old DCR regulations would include balcony or a part of the balcony.
So is municipal carpet something, very quickly Amit, we are running out of time.
Yes.
Municipal carpet, is that something that the developer
has to write in the
declares?
agreement. Has
He
to
does,
write in the agreement.
So you
absolutely. That
check,
is the FSI that is available to him.
So you basically compare apples to apples.
Clearly.
You ask the developer what is the municipal carpet area of this property vis-a-vis the other property,
That's
and
right.
then look at the pricing. And that's how you arrive at what is a better deal
And
for
finally,
you.
what are the frills? I'm going to pay annual club charges, maintenance, property. Those are your regular expenses, and you must have something
Amit,
which is
we should
as
call you in to do an entire show on home buying for investment. But
Thank you.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at magicbricksnow. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.